All right, guys, RT Hill here, following up with the thoracic outlet syndrome process. We talked earlier about the scalenes, getting into the first rib. Now let's talk about the pectoral region and coming into the pec minor. Pec minor is the big one that we discussed in the article. So one of the things I like to do is to really just try and open up that entire system and try and release the pec and both the major and the minor before I get into a big stretch for it. So the way to do that, I love foam rollers. Okay, you just lay back on the ground, let the arms out, open up the chest wide, again get into that nice big elongated position, opened up, and let that fascial system just slowly and gradually release. As that happens, take your lacrosse ball, coming in against a wall, down on the ground, however you see fit to do it, but you're going to put it all through that pectoral region there, and you're just going to compress in. Okay, move around, try and loosen up that tissue so that you can then get into a stretch with it. Make sure you get right underneath the clavicle. You have a subclavius muscle right there that tends to get locked in. Try and get that release as well. It can be a little uncomfortable, but try and release it. Okay. Next thing we want to go into is a pec minor stretch. The way you do that, find you a wall, get into it. Probably seen this before. One of the things you want to pay attention to, if your arm's down here, that's doing a great stretch for the pec major. Gets all this through here. But your minor, the way those fibers run is more in this vertical pattern up here. So if you get the arm higher, that's going to really address those pec minor fibers. And that's the main muscle that gets in there with thoracic outlet, especially with overhead athletes. We spend a lot of time in this position here, and that's putting that stress on that pec minor. If it gets tight or it gets shortened, then you get that space compression, and that creates problems. So what you want to do, get it up into here. Pec minor also wants to anteriorly tip the scapula, so retract it back and get a little bit of thoracic extension in there. That's going to help to posteriorly tip that and really stretch out the rest of that muscle there. Okay, stretches 30 seconds to 2 minutes or 4 times for 30 seconds. Really just trying to elongate and get that whole area open right there. Okay.